Happy Friday, everybody.
Friday doesn't sound right. Like, are we slaying a fry? Is it just a weird mispronunciation? Fry, slay?
Now that you say it, I have to agree, and maybe I should have workshopped this with you earlier. Happy Friday, everybody.
It doesn't roll off of the tongue.
It is time for what is planned to be the final, ultimate Slave Princess, the Pristine Cut stream. Hence,
Slay Day.
Fry, Slave, Slay Day. Something like that. Eva is fine. Gaming check. Welcome in. Congrats on being second. Psycho, congrats on being in and being first. Nice to both of you. How are you all doing?
Everything he said. Well, Slay Day does roll off the tongue a bit better than Friday. What did you say? Fry Slay.
Excuse you, Fry Slay works beautifully. It doesn't have like the energy that I necessarily wanted to convey, but as a word, it works. It's good execution, just... I don't know, Fry Slay gives slight mass murderer vibes, and that's not what I was trying to go for.
Well, whatever works for you.
I'm good, but I need you to wish me luck on the 14th of December.
Oh, what's going to happen there?
I'm all in favor of that, but telling me a month and 6 days in advance is... That's not something I'm good at. What are you going to do in 1 month and 6 days? Well, I will pre-press my fingers.
Maybe instead of 1 month and 6 days, you should think my birthday plus 2 days.
Oh, that's easier, actually. Yeah.
Slightly easier.
Yeah, that's pretty Fry Slay of you. Don't for cool kids say it anymore. Slay. No?
You're slaying me.
Is it me? Am I out of touch? Do I have the Ohio Riz right now? Do I have minus 1000 aura? I think, right. As the German youths would say when somebody is doing this. Can I ask my dance partner out? Ooh, why
on that date specifically?
Wishing you W Riz. Exactly, plus 1000 aura. See? I give it up so that you can have extra. There's like a balance in the world, so I'm doing this for you. That's exactly it. Not because I'm cringy.
But why on the 14th? Is that like 14th? Is that like the next date you meet with your dance partner, or is there something specific?
Or are you doing it specifically so that if it all works out, by Valentine's Day you can have like a 3-month anniversary?
People still celebrate like month anniversaries.
Yeah, some people do.
I always found that such a weird thing.
We did.
No, we didn't.
I did.
Oh, I didn't.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
We barely remember the years.
14th of December because it's the last dancing ball we have, so I don't make things awkward. Yeah, fair enough, because it makes sense.
How are your feelings there, though?
Yeah.
Getting good signals?
How are your feelings there? Strong enough to ask the dance partner out, clearly.
Yeah, but could still be nervous, not really knowing how the other feels. Sometimes you already get some hints where you go like, oh yeah, it's gonna work.
Not remembering every day in detail, fake couple. Psycho, you bring up a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. I cannot put into words accurately how it feels when Tifa and I have done something together and I have vivid memories of it. And when I tell her, hey, do you remember when we went to this place and we did this really real fun thing? Like I still remember it sometimes, like very fondly, and Tifa goes, I didn't go to that place. I'm like, yeah, we went there together and we did this, we ate that, then we did this. No, we didn't. And then sometimes I doubt whether it really happened. And then my existential crisis kicks in and I wonder if Tifa is actually real, so...
Well, you come with things from years ago. I don't always remember now.
I will never apologize for remembering details of our relationship.
No, that's okay, but sometimes you also remember wrong.
That's not true. You either
true.
don't remember or you misremember.
No, if I don't remember, I indeed do not remember. Like, that's fully on me. But if I do remember and you misremember...
We both have a very toxic trait. No, sorry. That's overused. I don't mean to say it's very toxic, but it's very pronounced. We both have the same toxic trait that is very pronounced in both of our characters. That if we believe we remember something a certain way, it will turn into a fight.
Not really fight.
We
like
do
discussion.
butt heads over how we remember things.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a fight.
I mean, it comes from a place of love. But still,
It comes from a place from you being wrong, but...
Don't you have
and don't
to
forget,
travel for work again soon so I can do more solo streams?
95% of all cases, I'm correct.
That's never been the thing.
That has always been the thing.
Yes,
Don't make me start keeping a diary to prove these things. It's like when we talk about directions and stuff like that.
I'm so happy that a large part of our life for the last couple of years is recorded through the streams and the VODs. Because sometimes I feel like I should record more of our interactions, because that way I can just go, no, wait, I've got the transcripts here.
Yeah, become a vlogger.
I'll vlog you.
I am completely sitting straight.
My nose is so itchy right now. Thank you, Gaming Check. Thank you for helping Tifa keep a back that works the way it's supposed to.
We do have a small issue today during stream, though.
Yes, and that is that I bit my lip twice. Look, there. I hope I can hook it up. What were we eating yesterday? Oh yeah, left. See?
Mac and cheese, chili con carne,
sin carne,
and some balls.
Vegan meatballs and broccoli. Wow. Anyway,
I still had the dish.
Yesterday was leftover day, so we just did whatever we had laying around that needed to go.
Basically.
And I'm chomping down on my food, and suddenly I'm like biting my lip really hard.
It does look nasty. As in a nasty cut.
Oh, thank you. I
saw your face.
I was gonna ask the lip of a rest. Okay, I'll take that as an apology. Anyway, so I bit my lip really hard, as you could see. I hope I showed you the part where you could see that I'm wounded on camera. And then today we're having dinner, and I'm chomping away at my pizza, because it was very necessarily a pizza day. And again, the same spot, with the same intensity.
That is the worst.
It's swollen. I can feel it. Like, yes, we saw very clearly. Thanks. So I'm happy you understand my pain. Thank you. I will leave it at that. I should have maybe warned people that I'm going to show you something that looks slightly disgusting. Yeah. Dear Diary, today we slayed the princess. About that, Tifa wanted to say something.
Today we slayed the princess, but Jack didn't fully carry his weight and he kept giving mixed signals.
Wow!
One time he wants to stab her, then he's trying to save her, then he's back to stabbing. It's like unknown what is happening every single time.
And?
Nothing. I was just writing out the diary entry.
Oh, okay. When you'd have to one every time you stream. Have you met my mom? Mom, is that you? I mean, the psycho part is right, the honest part isn't, but Mom? It hurts in a familiar way, you know?
We should put it in the intro. No, but we do have a little problem today, and that is that we won't actually see another ending of Slay the Princess, or another new ending of Slay the Princess.
Here's the thing. Actual spoilers for Slave Princess the Pristine Cut for people that have, like us, played through Slave Princess when it released before the Pristine Cut and are now coming back into the game to see what was added in the Pristine Cut. I will try to say pristine and cut less from now on. So, I have found a spoiler-free guide for the new routes that have been added. Because neither Tifa nor I have the brain capacity to figure out what was in the game already or what is new, we're gonna try to follow the guide.
Well, that mod worked really well that we...
Yeah, but we don't know what's new. We don't know what we just didn't see last time versus what has actually been added. And I would like to see what's been added. So that's one thing. I will occasionally look over there to see which way we need to go. Just so you know. That I own that. The other problem is they added a new ending in the Pristine Cut.
It's cool.
It's not that scary.
No, but it's cold.
Come here.
See? I get goosebumps.
I will help Tifa. Where was I? Before you rudely interrupted me with being cold.
That you will sometimes look over there.
Yeah, anyway, they added a new ending to the game. And I was aware of this. And my plan was to see the new ending today. Hence why we do Slave Princess on a Friday, because if the stream is a bit longer, that's fine, because we got the weekend to recover from that. In my spoiler-free walkthrough, I found the conditions you need to meet to get to that new ending. And we already messed up. I will not spoil it any further, I'm just gonna tell you, if you did what we did during the last stream, according to what I found on the internet, you will not be able to get to the new ending. You will be able to get to the ones we have done last year when we played the game, which are great, and I'm super happy about these, and I look forward to seeing the new versions of those. But we will not be able to get to the ending that was now specifically added to the game. That's it. Now
so we will still see new scenarios, like last week.
And the Pristine Cut version of the endings.
But
one of them
we're just not...
Not that one specifically. Sorry about that, that's the problem with these games with multiple routes, especially if it's like layers where you have to do multiple routes over and over. That's a thing. But on the other hand, as we have said with games like this before, if you are very curious about what the new ending is like, buy the game and play it yourself. Because it's good, and you should support the developers.
I thought you want to restart, but that's fine.
No.
No, we're not gonna restart. No. Also, you can do the ASMR.
Just managing expectations, because we said, oh, we're gonna do the thing, but not gonna be able to do the thing. Sorry. Chat, is this W Alpha Ohio Skibbity Yard Sigma Riz? Yes, gaming check. Why was there a question mark? Of course it is.
Skibbity Skisma.
Schisma balls. What?
When Resident Evil streams.
Yes, Tifa, when Resident Evil streams during NOPEvember?
I do not know. We're still playing Friendbow, we're still playing this. There was another game we're playing, which name I forgot.
I remember it, but I'm not going to mention it yet because surprise. Okay, gaming check, because you asked. This year we don't have a vacation planned for November, so potentially we've got all of November to play NOPE games. And I've prepared a variety of games for Tifa and I to choose from. And once again, I have suggested we play Resident Evil. I've even made thumbnails for it already. So the stars are aligning. The one key ingredient that is missing is Tifa agreeing to it.
Well, maybe. I haven't decided yet. If we still need a game, then maybe. Not a huge fan of the Resident Evil games.
Evil residents are waiting. Nemesis noises. I mean, I've watched enough of Razer Yell streams to know a little bit about Resident Evil, but with all the randomizer and stuff he's playing and the sheer amount of Resident Evil games he's playing, I could not really tell you much about the first one. Like, I know bits and pieces of all of them, but like I don't recall the last time I played through one of them. So, if it needs to be horror, I can recommend Signalis.
It doesn't even need to be horror. It just has to be something that makes you say
nope.
Nope.
Yes, hence NOPEvember. And
it can also just be an extremely bad sort of game.
Our definitions of things that make you nope have been very imaginative. We've played for games like Blue Stinger, which is
which is very nope.
Which is what Resident Evil always tried to be. It's the greatest horror game ever made. We've played through the Zelda CDI games, which
those were brilliant.
Were shockingly good.
They were pretty good.
I mean, we didn't play the
Nope.
originals. We've played the fan-made remakes, which fix a lot of quality of life issues, and they are like cringy, yes, because of the woo animations and that, and the voice acting. But as games, they were surprisingly good.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
It was stunning. We've played what was one with the insanity meter?
Darkness, no.
I forgot.
No.
Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness.
That was it.
I had half for it.
That was such a good game until the end happened.
The end really ruined it. I really enjoyed the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
And then, actually no spoilers, but...
You can watch the VODs there on YouTube by now.
That made the entire game pretty nope, unfortunately.
I mean, then again, fair, because November. It started with a nope we expected and ended with a totally different quality of nope.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But yeah, maybe Resident Evil, who knows?
Maybe
I haven't made up my mind yet.
Resident Evil is more likely, but we still have a couple games to go through.
I looked up Signalis and it looks kind of familiar, and I think we looked that up before.
We have. Because it gets recommended a lot because apparently it's a good game.
Yeah. Don't know if we have it, but...
I think I do, and if not, I could buy it.
I mean, that is true.
Just saying that is an option. I'm a video game collector more than I get to play them, so I'm willing to go that far to purchase a video game to play it. It's wild. But are you, by the way, sure that you've turned off the heating because I'm getting awfully warm?
Yeah, it's turned off.
I love it when Tifa uses the visual medium of a camera frame and just ducks out of it. Like,
well, how else do I see? The screen is in front of it.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see it from here.
Well, I can't.
I should have checked. Oh well. Anyway.
But first, we gotta now slay some princesses.
Or not.
Or not.
Sorry, that's just me. Psycho, that's wrong. Because, I mean, in this medium, you talking to us through chat, I cannot tell how hot you are. Notice my words, I'm not saying you're not hot, I'm just saying I don't know how hot you are exactly. But I can tell you that you're a cool guy, so if anything, it should be chilly in here.
That took you so long to get to that point.
Why say little word when you can say many words?
There was too many words.
I was never good at icebreakers.
Well, that's fine.
I know. See? Thank you. Thank you for taking it the way I wanted it to be taken. Mwah. See? That's how you react to somebody giving you a compliment.
But you didn't give me one.
Oh yeah. You're cute too, I guess.
I know.
Well.
Giga chat.
Do a Giga chat face. No, you have to. You have to somehow get the like facial structure too, huh?
But I can't. Make my job.
I'm sorry. Please do it again, but look at the camera, because do that. Please.
But then I don't need to stretch my jaw.
No, please try it again. Can you hold that for a moment? You need to hold it while I say what I want to say. This is unfortunately what happens if you get hit with a shovel in the face. Calling an ambulance. Do you smell toast? Tifa, is one of your sides getting weaker? Like,
Now my jaw hurts. Wow.
I had that on Friday when we were playing Franbo, and I voiced that one character like, oh, I'm just talking.
The wizard?
I moved my like lower jaw to the side so that my teeth are like as far to the right as I can, so that I can talk like this. And oh, my jaw was beginning to lock up because he kept talking and talking. Anyway, Tifa, arst var ready for the slaying of the princess.
I am.
Cool. You're gonna move your teacup away so I can give you the mouse?
Oh, I start?
Yes. Don't press anything yet. Are we ready? Yes, we are. This game comes with a content warning. Please be mindful. Tifa should come with a content warning too, but you know. Let's do this.
This is a love story.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This is the beginning of the chapter, right?
This is chapter 1, yes. We've finished the previous thing.
You didn't turn on the mod, did you?
Yes, it's always on.
But none of them
apparently
are...
it doesn't work now, for some reason. I did do a little finagling with the system that technically it should show us in yellow if there's an option we haven't used yet. I believe we've gone through all of these. However, you should silently continue to the cabin.
Oh wait, I thought if it's yellow we haven't done it yet.
Correct. That's when.
Or the other way around.
Are yellow because we...
Yeah, no, I meant the other way around.
The princess within.
Okay, let's go into the cabin.
Into the cabin. What are you drinking, Tifa?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Do you think a pristine blade is there to make pristine cut? You continue from last week. Yes. Yep. Even with the jokes.
Yeah, we do.
Well,
so we have already seen three scenarios.
We will get to an ending today. I think.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Imagine if we took the looping thing to the maximum and just kept replaying through the same route.
I wonder at what point the game tells you you're playing it wrong.
I wonder at what point people will tell us to just fuck off and when we leave. And then it's just the two of us at the end of time playing through the same loop of Slave a Princess over and over.
It kind of seems like a suiting end.
Kind of. Imagine if a game after like the 10th same loop tells you, please
stop. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Sounds like my room.
The princess really lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean,
her voice carries up the stairs.
Not now, I live with another person, so I have to clean up, but when I was a teenager...
No.
Who's there?
That doesn't sound...
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Shouldn't it be manipulation?
Now there's the...
This is no time for talking. You should continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Yes, we do.
Just because we didn't reply yet.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Hey, I'm already cold.
I'm trying to make her match the princess as well as possible.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. I feel like it's time to steal our nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Have we ever fully ignored her? Don't think so.
I do not recall.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Tifa not clicking.
Probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
You did? Oh, okay. I don't
Thank you for
recall.
remembering that.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I think it's time to find out what you can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
The narrator would never lie to us. Go slave a princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
I know her face.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Is that where the heart is?
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Sure looks like it.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
She just looks bored of this shit.
Yeah, the way the art like keeps slightly moving makes it feel like she is still moving in a way. Or like breathing, heaving, like, you know what I mean?
Is it over? Really over?
Of course it's over. Look at this.
She dead.
Exactly. It's over.
Yeah. How couldn't it be?
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Lurk, because I need to get back to 99k. Do it, Ranger. Mwah, thank you for the look. And
cheers.
Love.
Love. Say hi to
you,
everyone.
Yes, please.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I like how we go love, love after we just stabbed the person.
Saying the love was terrible.
I gotta pick a new name color. Psycho, pick whatever color you feel like you vibe the most with. It's fine.
It's safe to be blue again.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad.
Meh.
But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Can we wash our hands or something at least? Because I feel like
Open the cabin door,
it's murder
ready
on
to
our hands.
return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Actually, this has happened before already.
What happened?
This part, yes.
Fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Suddenly there's a lot of fireworks outside.
Yeah, and I don't know why. The 8th of November isn't like a day there's celebrations in Germany, I believe.
Don't think so.
Is there a soccer game or something currently?
It's kind of random.
I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Do I get a computer at least?
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
One book for eternity.
Passes.
You'd go
Can't
nuts.
be sure if it's days
More
or
than?
months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
This seems horrible.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
So if we make a pristine cut,
Yes.
we can escape.
I would think so.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
I thought the narrator would just leave because we're in here for eternity anyway, right?
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Well... Doesn't even have Netflix. Fuck this.
I know.
I feel like this is a horrible question. Would you be willing to put yourself into this singular room for eternity, but everybody else gets to be happy?
That's hard to say.
Yeah. Well, anything to get out of this hell.
If I can take things along, maybe.
Shit bargain. But it's the happiness of every other living creature.
Well, counter question. How miserable will they be if I decide not to? Is it just like a, aw, shucks,
At least as miserable as right now.
I have a pen that I'm trying to write with that doesn't work, sort of miserable, or...
No, the world as you currently know it. But if you lock yourself in there for the rest of time, everybody will be happy. Always.
Uncertain.
Eternity trumps every discomfort of others. In a way, I want to go with a whole, like, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of a few kind of approach. But on the other hand...
I also agree, but eternity is long.
Yeah. And that's a heavy burden for one person to carry. Yeah, until it's you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I would have a PC and internet, and obviously electricity, then the answer is probably yes. Because I'm perfectly fine without that sort of interaction.
Yeah, but
just give me video games.
No, then there is no burden if you can just be
they're not
part of
MMOs
it
that
all
you can
just
play.
by proxy. Then that's not the burden.
I just want access to my offline video games then. Or
you get nothing.
Give me books.
You don't even get a view. All you get
Stripes.
is 4 walls. Are you done coughing now?
No.
It's getting annoying to me.
You're annoying.
That's not the point. You get this log cabin with a door that leads to nowhere. This very much not pristine wooden table.
And no chair.
No chair. I mean, you can sit on the table.
But then I have no table.
And yeah. But then again, the concept of time seems to kind of end at that point too, because it's just you in here.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
I hate it, but at the same time, I love the level of gaslighting in this game done by the narrator. I gave you everything. I gave you eternal bliss. No, you've jailed us in here.
Yeah, but we seem somehow happy.
Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
It's okay if he says it's pristine, right?
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, that seems like a logical...
Cool. Good stream. Good night, everybody.
Logical next step.
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Ooh.
In the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Again. Gaming check. Enjoy a drink. What you having? Let's get this over with, huh?
A warning before you go any further.
We're just going to the cabin again?
That's the plan. She will
cheat,
cheat.
and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
So far, we are 1-0 on the slaying.
She won't be a problem.
Oh, voice of a cold.
1-0 on the sling.
Yes. Well, we've killed her once. She hasn't killed us yet, so 1 point for us. 0
like
for her.
that.
Tea with honey and lemon.
Ooh, nice.
Sounds good. Should have some too.
That's perfect for the weather now.
Add some ginger if you can. Extra, like, vitamin boost and everything.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Do you think a pristine blade
Can make pristine cuts?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
What if I want to do it left?
For a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Do you think? No. Same though. Sometimes I just sit there like head empty, just existing, just my existence permeating the world. Well, time to take a blade.
Unfortunately, I feel
Blade
that.
from the table.
We're just gonna do the same for all 3 rounds.
The world without a weapon.
Then it wouldn't be 3 different routes.
Yeah, but so far you're doing the same.
I mean, somebody has to. Well,
I like what we did to the place. Nice decoration
The door
and
to the
stuff.
basement grooms open,
could look good.
revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden
I like it.
stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Everything is dead, even the building is. If the princess lives here.
The room below is silent.
Yeah, because we don't hear
Nobody's
anything.
here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
I think it's really sweet that whoever jailed her in here this time put wallpaper on the back wall.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's ruined now, but still. Whereas the left and right sides are just sheer
Well,
wall.
that's rock. It's hard to put wallpaper on that. But you gotta say though, gotta give her credit for not peeling that off. Peeling off wallpaper is so satisfying.
It's only satisfying if I don't have to do it to like move in somewhere. Does that make sense? If I'm helping somebody renovate and it's not on my time, like I'm not in a rush to like move into an apartment or a house or whatever, then I'm okay with it. But
Otherwise it's work.
yeah, if that's like the next thing I need to do to move into a place, I'm like, just want to get this over with.
Okay. She's definitely dead.
So we're done here.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Oh no, this is fine.
2 deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
I feel like if Tifa was ever a spooky ghost, this would be her energy. The kind of Nightmare Before Christmas, but make it happy version. You know?
I would go for that.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
Spooky. Yep.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh no, I'm so scared.
Oh,
Wow.
it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her
feel like
fingers
we've
across
seen
your
this.
shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
That could very well be.
She's cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Wait, does that mean
It's
you
tiny.
are a ghost too? Because this is the same thing when we go to bed. And you're like, I'm cold. Like, cuddle with me to make me warm. And then you touch me and I feel like turning into an icicle.
Same principle. Also, we should go back upstairs.
You mean Princess Pole? Nah, that didn't work. So.
No, it didn't, but still.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again,
Yeah.
if we wanted to.
I kind of want to.
Stamp.
Well, we could
Stamp.
slave a princess.
A moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade.
X marks the...
X marks the spot.
It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
So she is a ghost ice type Pokemon.
Ghost ice. Does that combination exist already?
Yeah.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Why? Why? I like
Wait, who's Ghost Ice?
that one thing that looks like this Japanese kind of dress.
That looks like a dress.
Yeah, like it's wearing this Japanese dress. It's the female Frostlass,
Oh,
exactly. The
Frostlass.
female only version of Snowrun evolution, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, the one that goes, oh, it takes care of people that it finds in the mountains when it freezes them, and then they're stuck in ice forever, and it spends something like that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be incredibly sexist, but I feel like I have to say this. She looked so much prettier when she smiled.
She's smiling now.
I'm not sure.
It's a smile.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I mean, my reasoning is ultimately,
I mean, we've
last
been...
year I spent $20 and I bought a video game called Slave a Princess.
Well, no, we've been upstairs for a couple thousand years, probably. Started to get bored of looking at the table, so I figured I'll come play some music with your bones.
You could play the drums.
Yeah.
With it. Well,
Why are we here? Oh, Slay the Princess harder. We haven't done that yet.
that should be the name of a sequel game. If they ever do make a sequel, it should be the Slave a Princess harder.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Sounds like a skill issue, just cut harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, Keller. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here together.
I like the little
All I ever
echo.
wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home.
Oh no, zombie ghost tears.
Wherever home is.
Aw.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
Politics violence is the only language you speak.
I was gonna say there's regret,
Hand
but
to your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
She didn't squeeze her heart yet. Did you miss? Did you miss?
This one we've done before. Let's stare at her in silence.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. The horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Yes. Stab her.
Time to slay a princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
Our heart?
See you soon, killer.
She's still flirting with us,
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
I messed up.
That's better than eternity.
That's not good.
Why? Just keep going.
This one we've done before, and that's not the route I was trying to get to.
Off to
That's fine.
slay her again.
No, it's not.
Yeah, next road. We're not gonna keep reloading every single time.
And here we go again.
How do I get back? Can I go back? There are autosaves. Load. Autosaves, here we are. Thank you. Mwah. I love you.
Which...
Let's go here and then run this from here. So we go down here.
We don't slay the princess.
No, we do try to slay the princess.
You lash out with your blade.
There. Alright, let me double check my handy dandy guide over here. Oh, okay. There. There's no mistake. What do we have? What do you want from me? You could also tell that I'm clearly doing something wrong because all of these are yellow, meaning we've never tried them, which is kind of a clue that we should try the things that we haven't tried. If I was smarter than this. Yeah, what do you want from me?
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free.
If you keep pulling that face, I have a harder time accepting that.
This place won't let me leave, but you seem to come and go as you please.
No.
So help me out.
We're also stuck.
Yeah. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge. Remember, you owe me.
Yeah, we kinda do though, right?
I feel like after all of this, we do indeed.
Just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things.
Kind of, but also not really.
That'd be dull anyway.
Well, it really is.
Interesting if we make a choice.
One is you just stayed inside and you didn't go out, and the other is you cannot. The other is more like a you can, but you don't want to.
Fair enough. You guys gonna play more of these branching narrative type of games, like Detroit Become Human, Quarry, Until Dawn?
I don't think any of them ring a bell, but maybe.
There you go. I would like to be. I would like to become human.
I would like to become human.
One day I want to be a real boy. I would like to check out Detroit Become Human at some point. Or as Tifa would call it, Detroit. Similarly to how she says Metroid instead of Metroid.
If it's the same type of games, probably, yeah.
It's nothing like this. Kind of. But the general idea of the gameplay is the same. Everything else is completely different. There's no princess, I believe.
Absolutely not.
The game agrees.
I only play games with princesses.
I'm your princess.
Yes, you are.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
No, that wasn't clear to me.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
About that.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Oh, good question.
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
Huh.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Well, she probably becomes an extra voice.
Well, in that case...
It's just temporary, right?
Before I agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave. I was told you'd end the world.
No, no complaints. Just do it.
Yeah, come, possess me, baby.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Look how happy she seems now.
I think that's hunger.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
What can go wrong? Nothing.
I'm very happy that I did let you into my life.
Oh. Are you telling me I seem like a dead princess?
No, but you could be a princess reborn.
Excuse me?
Because you're a royal pain in the ass.
Oh, change my mind.
Oh, no,
change
not
my
quite.
mind.
And then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
Going with the thing we were just talking about, that's also very much what our first date felt like to me.
First date?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were very nervous.
Exactly. I was shaking like a little puppy.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Too late. What's the crunching sound?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
I don't like that part.
You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Wow, you are in my body, do it yourself.
She hasn't even been there for a minute.
Flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
I think it's called inner monologue, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but that means she can hear the narrator.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Ah.
Shards of broken glass? Okay.
It's the mirror that shattered, basically, I guess.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
We're getting massive lore suddenly.
I'm... a voice? I'm me, is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No wonder you killed me.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
It really does.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
And that's why I'm a narcissist.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Is he the OG us?
That's rude.
Since we're getting to the end of the game again later tonight, I will not answer that currently.
Best route, hands down.
I'm just going to ignore her.
Okay.
You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
I feel like
she's nowhere to be seen.
With that ghostly vignette over the entire screen, I think she is right there, just...
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but it even said that you get covered.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's more mentally...
I see a face in the wall.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
an eye, that's a nostril, that's the mouth.
It's Toph from Avatar.
Topf?
Toph.
Topf is German for pot, which is why that threw me off so hard. You're a Topf.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone.
Exactly.
Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
Paradiola is a hell of a drug. I've never heard of Paradiola.
What does it do?
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
We still have a knife. Also, wait, if that's a face and this is a nose... Don't put knives up your nose.
Gotta stab something.
It's itchy, I'm just scratching around the hole. The nostril. Well...
Isn't that an interesting idea? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
Been there, done that.
Pareidolia, that also still doesn't ring a bell. What kind of drug is that?
Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I was stealing the armrest from Tifa. Here, look, we can lock arms. There. Now we're a cute couple playing cute couple games.
That we can do.
Right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
Oh, when you see faces where there aren't any. Oh, okay.
No, but this
that
one,
does make sense.
You can even see quite well on stream.
There is no face there, Tifa.
Yes, it even has an eyebrow, a mouth, and a chin.
So you suffer from pareidolia.
Including the animated chin swirl that they add.
Oh yeah, here. The Chad chin dimple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mouth is here.
Damn.
One up. And you could even see this as hair.
Yeah, kind of.
Jack's not moving along with his mouse, but otherwise you would see. Yeah.
We have issues.
What do you think you're doing?
A little stabbing.
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it.
Do it.
You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
Why do you do it like that? At least do it quick. Like...
The princess.
At least aim stream for it, Art.
Your prison of flesh, as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
No!
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Who do you think you are, trying to take me out with you? Well, I'll show you. I can do worse than that little knife. It's not you taking me out. It's me taking you out. I'll tear this body to shreds.
You're not breaking up with me, I'm breaking up with you. Also sit like a human, please.
I'm totally
Thank
sitting
you very
like a
much.
human.
Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd like to see you try. But I think this is the end for all of us.
Is her thumb broken? Ew.
I said I'm leaving, you cold little freak.
You feel a violent tear, like the shape that you thought was you was never really a single shape to begin with. Something in the space you occupy has decided to leave and it has brought you with it. You've been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you have been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
Do you think we're done, you self-destructive murderer?
Words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. Oh, now we are in her.
It seems to be the case. She has pulled out, but
damn.
we came along.
Okay.
Did you mean to take me with you?
Is that what I look like? This isn't what I wanted to do. Did you mean to take me with you? Can anyone hear me? Yeah. Did you mean to take me with you?
Oh, you're here. Great. All I meant to do was leave. What happened to you and where you wound up wasn't exactly a top concern. At least it seems like it's just you. Those other ones were unbearable, especially that murder-happy know-it-all. I'm willing to pretend that you didn't just stab yourself to spite me, but don't think I've forgotten a thing. This is an alliance of convenience.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from the open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, maybe this still counts as leaving together. Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's just leave. Sorry I stabbed us.
Go for it.
But what about the body? What about me? Agreed, let's go. If I leave the cabin, the world ends. I'm not going to be party to the end of everything.
Can you just read out the one we're picking?
Hell
Otherwise
no,
it gets
we're
confusing.
staying right here until we figure this out. If you leave the cabin, the world ends. I'm not going to be party to the end of everything.
Are you kidding me? You don't actually believe that, do you? Ugh, I'm not going to argue with you. We're leaving. Now.
Wow.
You are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 This is what you...
Well, are you still there?
I thought we were leaving.
All
How
right.
are we chained up again?
Say nothing.
What just happened?
What just happened?
We're back where I started.
Oh, that was easy.
This isn't what it was like the last time I died. The last time I died, I got a little title card.
That's weird, and isn't how it works for me, but if you want, I guess I can humor you. What do these title cards look like?
The first one I got said Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess, and then after we both died, I got Chapter 2, The Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be.
Horror.
Get your laughs out. I'm still a hero. I've been trying to save the world. You know, a villain to one person might be a hero to others.
Don't try to make this about shades of gray or whatever. I'm the only other person here with you, and you're the villain in my story.
There's only 50 shades of grey. I'm sure we can pick one that suits us.
I'm sorry, I'm being mean again. How about we wipe the slate clean with a new chapter? We could call it...
Chapter 3.
The Princess and the Dragon.
Ooh, reversing the order. I like it. Wait, am I a dragon? Hell yeah!
Dragons are monsters, you know. But alright, whatever makes you happy.
You can be my little monster. The click of a latch and creaking hinges muffled. Something is here. Your gaze turns to your hands. Solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Huh. I don't think you know what we are. It's like we're one and then the other. Make up your mind already, body, will you?
A thump on the floorboards above, and then another, the scraping of metal against the surface. The flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
So, you took the knife. Of course you did.
Creaking hinges once again, but this time clear, closer.
Wait, are we now watching
We
us
are the
come
princess.
in again?
We are the princess. Or we are inside of the princess's body, yes. POV, you played Metroid Prime. It had an X-ray visor. That was so cool, using that the first time and looking around and realizing you can see Samus's hands. Yes.
Hello?
But you say nothing.
I'm the one in control here. You don't get to put words in my mouth.
Rude.
Even better, I got since we're occupying the same body, kind of, I put my mouth into your mouth, which... Bum chicka wow wow. Anyway, movement on the stairs.
You're always so loud on the way down.
Damn, we're massive.
And then a figure emerges, shrouded in a feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it, its shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. It stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. What the hell am I?
Oh, that's a good
The
question.
dragon, obviously.
Tell them I'm in there. No, don't let them know I'm in there. Don't let them know I'm in there.
Yeah.
Keeping our cards close to our chest, huh? Alright, I'll play along. Back to the same song and dance, aren't we?
Oh, it's also less muffled now.
Yeah,
Inner voice.
Yeah. The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive? Suspicious? Hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
Well, what's it going to be this time?
The silence holds.
Why is he not talking? Why am I being so quiet? Actually, wait. Am I arguing with myself in there? Has that always happened in real time?
So that's what's going on with all that silent staring.
Oh!
It's actually real time arguing.
Oh, I never even thought of that. I always, somehow I always figured, thinking is a free action, so it happens instantaneous from an outside perspective. Okay, no, I'll take it.
Makes all of this even funnier. But
Yeah.
all the time she's just standing there and waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm talking to you. It's rude to have a conversation in front of other people without letting them in on it.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Of course
the
it's the same
narrator.
voice. Of course it is. Yeah.
The narrator took over.
I think it... How do I put this? I think it might be the narrator in control of a body, but the voice we hear the entire time is our voice.
Well, yeah, they all share the same voice. Why would you think it would be different?
For some reason, I never considered that the voice of the voices we hear is our body's voice. I always thought they sound the same because that's just how the voices in our head sound.
Well, never thought of it that way, but yeah.
He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Is it a smirk?
Do
Kinda.
you hold the power right now? Because I think you're missing a very important part of yourself, so I wouldn't be too hasty about using that knife.
Wait, you know about the Decider being gone? Okay, well, that changes things, doesn't it?
We're the decider. Okay.
Look, I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar. But I don't want to do it. I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
Oh, the narrator can't even control who is actually speaking out loud. Also, the decider kind...
I mean, it makes... Oh.
Why are you clicking? Why are you clicking anything?
I clicked the right mouse button. Well, the decider is us making decisions, so it makes sense. We pick what to say,
yeah, but
what
that's
to
not
do.
a cool name.
I feel like the decider is kind of cool.
The silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself.
Unbelievable.
So rude.
We can wait for them to finish.
Absolutely not.
In case you're wondering, I took the mouse away from Tifa because she's unreliable. I am the decider here.
Hey, I'm talking to you?
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
More silence.
I think they want to kill you. At least the new one does. He's very, very passionate about it.
The new one.
Someone, every time you die, someone comes.
But I'm not so sure you all have it in you. Not without your missing piece.
Ah, but that just makes it 2 birds with 1 stone, doesn't it? How tempting.
I guess it's like the voice of a murderess or something.
Do you think, though, he has wondered about whether that blade can make pristine cuts?
I hope he did.
From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy?
Stabbable.
Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Okay.
Bring it then. But you caught me off guard the first time. It's not going to happen again.
Well, what can I say? I'd back off if I wasn't already overcommitted, so I guess I'll just have to pretend that you're bluffing. Which you maybe, probably are.
Having second thoughts?
Shut up.
You can feel yourself shrink and then grow, vacillating between small and large, weak and powerful as the thing in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this.
Worst murderer ever.
Now, we voted.
That's why it took so long. Oh my...
It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us.
Who's the new guy?
Been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves the say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Well, given that he is overcommitted and only doing this because it's easy, the voice of the opportunist?
Sure, could be, I guess.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. And then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. But the hesitation doesn't last and you feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest, but you can feel something else too. Rage flowing from your heart and balling up in closed fists. You throw them at the thing's face and...
You can feel bone crack as her fist collides with your jaw, and then a thud as you tumble across the room.
She punched us back into our body.
You are such a disappointment. I'd like to see you do it.
Opportunities.
Told you.
The princess rips the blade from her chest and, fury in her eyes, cuts herself loose from her bindings.
The flying hand.
That is a pristine cut.
wait. I'm back in my body. Stop. You're getting stabbed. Switch me back.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Then I just have to make this next one count.
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and...
Is she gonna punch us with her...
us. Well, she certainly stabs you, and it certainly hurts.
She looks so in pain.
I know. I mean, she did cut off her hand.
But do you see that the world around us already has vanished?
But the knife doesn't leave your body. As you grab her wrists, she drives the weapon deeper and deeper into your chest. Your knees buckle from the pain, and as she forcefully pushes you to the ground...
You are torn between two places.
I'm taking you back.
You are power and you are weakness. You are hope and you are despair. You are acceptance and you are rejection. You are the canvas and you are the painter.
Is she pulling us back in?
You are the victim and you are the victimizer. You are life and you are death, the hero and the princess and the dragon.
Don't let us die here.
You slam the door in your own face.
Don't let everything die here. You have to end this.
His words are empty, hollow echoes, the ravings of a ghost.
Please.
But he is already gone. The threads all tie themselves together into a loop that does not end.
Does this mean we're together?
You look at your hands tattered and stained in memories.
Maybe. Why were we fighting each other?
You started it.
I mean, she's not wrong.
99% of our fights.
We needed something to do.
I guess we did.
To new beginnings!
All of them came
You
along.
feel cold?
Oh, they only took her.
The shifting mode always only takes her.
Yeah, but now that we were one...
Only for a moment. Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Well, back to the mirror.
Here we are again.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Can we now see ourselves fully?
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it.
I don't know. We still don't.
You've unraveled.
I didn't expect that word that massive, though.
You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Aww.
That's a good line to use on a date.
Aww.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
I would. Should we tell her about the voices?
Might as well.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the Narrator and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a Narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your Narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have some answers.
Yeah.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
No, I disagree.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Ready to go back?
How many vessels do I still need to bring you?
More than...
Oh.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
No, okay.
Alright.
I'm not going back if this is the last stage. Now let's go back.
I mean, we can say that we just stay here, but then the game just ends itself and we start again, and then she goes, oh yeah, you're ready to go back? So
The next
I'm ready to
time
go
I
back.
see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. And I say we take a short break.
That is a good idea. BRB.
BRB.
You're on a path in the woods.
And we're back
At the
again.
end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Let's try to save the princess again.
We've heard this all before.
Save the
Let's
princess.
get into the cabin. We're back, by the way. I pressed the button too late. Chapter 1.
The interior
Princess of the cabin.
is almost...
That's good. Oh, there was a pristine blade, Tifa. Do you think it makes pristine cuts?
That blade did not look like it would.
The narrator talks
So
too
we
much.
might as well skip it.
I'm here to save you!
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Whatever. Hello, I haven't gotten Jonas stream in so long, I can't stay too long, but I want to say hi. Groundhog, thank you very much for resub. Welcome back in and
Love! How are you doing? Thank you for
34
the
months.
resub.
That's almost 3 years. That's crazy.
It's been long.
Damn, how are you doing?
How have you been? How has the move been? I feel like it's been that long already.
How's school? How's
How's
everything?
school? How's
Tell
your
us.
mom?
Everything you feel like telling us.
Wait, really?
Meanwhile,
Here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
not with us. We've slayed you like twice last time.
I think a bit more than twice, but
Yeah, I mean, today.
I feel like another break coming up.
Oh, hello Benjima. Bye.
We just got
Happy
back, but I
Friday.
need another one.
How are you doing? Howdy back at
How
you.
are you doing?
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Aww.
Dragon face.
We have the puppy eyes.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
How about we come sit next to her again?
Beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Is also how I first described Tifa until she started talking to me.
Begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
This is the treatment that makes me go look after my children instead of watching. On behalf of your children, thank you. You're welcome. Listen, this is how much I appreciate you as a person, Benjima. Not just as a random number on a stream. If we can do something that makes you spend more time with your loved ones, even if that means you don't get to spend the time with us, then I'm gonna do that. Because I'm a hero. That's what heroes do.
The how's the rest doing though? Especially after you being sick last time.
Yes.
That's usually like going around.
You sound just like them. Mwah! Tifa's an absolute compliment.
We're in contact with Luca.
Yeah.
To keep in sync.
I've been kind of awful. Sorry to hear that. My mom is recovering well. Nice. But almost 2 months ago now she suddenly had to have a triple bypass. Okay, that sucks, but she's doing well now.
I'm glad she's doing better though.
Home a lot, it's been exhausting, very fair. It's a very long recovery, currently doing the laundry for her.
Does that mean you moved back? Because didn't you just move back to campus again?
Are you just dropping by on the weekend too? I mean, sorry, that one word can be taken wrong. Are you going back in the weekends to help her? The just was about the weekend, because that's a big thing to do. Like, that's a lot. Yeah, it's completely fine to be like, that's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm happy she's recovering a bit well. I remember Matenard mentioning
that she had to go to the hospital, yeah.
That she had to go to the hospital, and then the
hurricane happened.
The hurricane happened at the same time.
The first one, yeah. We went back and forth on weekends, where I spent basically a full month home when it happened. Yeah,
that's understandable.
You're doing everything you can. Like, I hope she recovers as quickly as humanly possible, and that she's gonna be doing awesome afterwards. And that you get to take a break too, because like with her going back and forth, that's a thing. So like, and I'm guessing like your mind being in two places, because
that can be mentally exhausting as well.
I would imagine you do too, even when you're not there. So like, that's a lot. You deserve a break. Please get one, or take one when you get the chance.
Take some small moments in between for yourself to have a little breather or two.
Yes, but ultimately, super happy that she's doing well and on the road to recovery. That's the most important part.
No, that's very true.
Yeah. Really need a break, but have to wait a while till I get one. Hang in there. Hang in there. Take it one day at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah, make sure to not overdo it as well, because you can't help anyone.
If you break down, yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's not selfish, that's just like...
one step at a time.
You deserve breaks too, so... Here's to you being awesome. Love.
Love.
I was trying to press my thumbs, but then my brain short-circuited, so I did thumbs up. I hope you understand that I meant the same thing.
I think all of them.
Oh, that's a good idea. You cannot see that, because this is the internet, and that would be weird. I'm also crossing my toes. Very true, people keep reminding me of that. Currently sitting with a cat on my lap. Also picked up Animal Crossing New Horizons again.
See?
Nice.
Enjoy those moments, take a moment, and then recharge.
Pet it for me, please. Pet it for all of us. I was gonna do the cat summoning sound, but I don't know if a cat can hear us, and I don't want to startle the cat, so I'm not gonna do it. Bam! I evolved as a person.
Wow, look at you.
I thought before I just randomly did something on impulse. That's a big step for me.
That's when you're in contact with my 7-year-old child. You know, when you state
Let's move on.
When you state it like that, it's creepy. Huh?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Benjima, for making it awkward. No, we were, of course, in touch with Leanne. That's your wife. And she is old enough to tell us about these things and not have this being a weird conversation. See? Smart. They saved us, I think.
Well done.
I think this would hold up in court. Even more pets given. Here's purring. Mission success. Yes! Purring cat. Best cat.
It's the most satisfying thing.
You know what's also satisfying? Saving this princess.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
I've been waiting forever for you as well.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
We'll see about that. Well, I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
And then we get stuck in them again.
Only making this more difficult.
Shut up, narrator, you're a hater.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
She doesn't look like she thinks we can get her out.
Yeah, not yet. We're just going like, huh. That's not helpful yet.
They're large large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
We've never actually seen a key either.
Well, and if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
I mean, we are kind of a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, after having fully seen us, it's weird that we can't.
We don't know how physically strong or how unbreakable these chains are. Just saying.
We can use our claw to break it out of the wall.
Look at her face, for how would you not want to protect this?
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Just take my arm.
Or that.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
I mean, if I have to choose between being locked up for eternity or losing a hand...
She hasn't complained with cutting it off so far.
After a couple thousand years of being stuck down there and having the worst crick in the neck ever, I think you are willing to give up a hand.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
I'm basically a hero. I just said that.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
That wooden door shouldn't do anything.
Well, let's just go back to her.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Oh yeah, we skipped the blade. Didn't it look pristine to you?
Yeah, but it didn't look like it would make any pristine cuts. So I thought it was fine to just leave it.
Yeah, it just looked really pristine.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes those things can be like fake.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Looks quite clean here.
It looks more like a basement to me, but sure.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
She does the same thing with this like crying vibrato that you also do when you do a crying voice.
If I
Makes
could just
sense.
get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I think our claws are more effective.
I can never get over the fact that
Ew.
that from 1 second to the next she goes full Gollum mode.
She rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
I've never seen this game, Groundhog. I think you would absolutely love this game.
Yes, if you can get over moments like these, that's not the main draw of the game. Those happen, as you just saw without warning. Sorry about that. This game is great.
It really is.
It really is. Oh, also, in case it looks good enough that you want to play this for yourself unspoiled, after this section of the game, should take us about 45 minutes to an hour, we're at the end of the game. Just, if you want to avoid spoilers, I fully understand that. But if you don't, you're more than welcome to stay and join.
It's really good.
Or we could use
How did-
it to free her.
How did the blade suddenly get down here?
We just heard it fall.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, there's only one option, so I guess it's time to save a princess.
Oh, I'm surprised. We can't just save her.
Think I would love it maybe, but I don't know that I'm in a good headspace for a horror game right now, unfortunately. Been a rough month, gonna stay less spoiled and play when I'm doing better. Enjoy.
That is fair.
Completely fair. Please have a great weekend as much as you can. Pet the cat some more for us. Enjoy Animal Crossing. Get some snacks.
Well wishes to your mother. And
Yes.
this might be a fun game to play together with Matanard.
Yes, you can bicker and argue about which choices to pick.
There's a lot of choices, a lot of paths. It's quite fun.
What she said. Time to save
Take
a
care,
princess.
Groundhog.
Fine.
Fine.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
I wonder if that really is the better part to cut it off then.
And it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
We've seen this shot like 4 times now, I think, and I can never get over it. Especially with her hand still like trying to like grab.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Welcome in, Dark Lord. Picked a good moment. Happy Friday.
She didn't so much
Well, that was that.
sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Tim Burton princess. Yes. Yeah, very much so. You're right.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
She is so skilled, even her blood is dripping rhythmically.
You're gonna eat that?
Staying alive.
Well,
dripping alive.
we've been in here long enough.
You're still gonna eat it.
How is she still
Somebody has to.
smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Well, let's approach the locked door, I guess.
No.
She'll be able to open it.
Any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
Here we are again.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Can we avoid dying ourselves here?
What are you doing, Dragon Kun? Just a flash. Where is it? Warn her.
Stop that.
No.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
I still don't get how much control the narrator actually has because somebody also closed the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think the narrator can
Princess
reach
dodges,
outside of her body.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Then why is there blood on the blade, by the way?
Because we used it to cut off her arm.
Oh yeah, true.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step
Are
forward.
we supposed to take the path again where we die here?
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Well,
this was that.
I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
It's not fast.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I know I'm really bad at stabbing you. I'm sorry.
Missed your heart.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever.
Meh.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm not sure how sorry she is.
Oh, this is so great.
She doesn't seem that sorry. Sorry.
Does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I told you this blade is not for pristine cutting.
I mean, to be fair, she's not cutting, she's stabbing, so.
Oh.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Rivulets. That word makes me feel very loquacious.
It can't just end like this, right?
She looks so sorry.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. But I feel okay with the outcome of it.
You're on a
Could be worse, I guess. Also, it's slightly different from how we died before, I think.
It's a cabin.
Exactly.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
No, we're not.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I do not believe that. Not one bit. So let's go to the cabin. Let's prove this narrator wrong.
A warning.
We're gonna save her again?
Of course, she's a damsel.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We'll believe every word she
What
says.
you did to us, you villain.
And there's the voice of a smitten. Mwah.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Exactly.
This time, what are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Let me show you my passions.
Pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
This way the narrator also doesn't know we've been here before, because we skipped that part of the conversation.
But he does. We even said earlier in this conversation
Sometimes
that we've been here.
I feel like I swallowed a dust bunny somehow.
Oh, give me the mouse.
It's a mouse, not a dust bunny. It's not a dust mouse. Don't worry, I'm still good. I can do this.
The interior
Okay.
of the cabin is clean
Fancy.
and elegant. Its stone walls draped
And no
in
window.
fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
A pristine blade, you say?
Do you think it makes pristine cuts?
I don't know.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But somehow now the building looks fancier than the blade.
I feel like the blade kind of fits.
No, we're gonna save her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Oh no, if the princess lives here, it would be nice to kill her.
But it's still
Fancy.
a basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I thought they would have skipped it somehow.
Why does the narrator hate everything?
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
He's trying to convince you.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
When you know, you know.
We have already seen her for like 10
I
minutes.
don't even
It's
know
enough.
the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
Yes, I am.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I don't believe that.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Is that a new
There's
dress?
a heavy chain
Yeah.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right?
I mean, she could if we voice that out loud.
We said that one out loud.
Be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
And in the meantime, we're just standing there like...
But our eyes turn heart-shaped. Like in an anime.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
Exactly.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero.
Yeah, all the nice things.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
It kind of works with most people.
Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
Potato, potato.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And mostly unsteady too.
Died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
I don't recall in the ending
But everything reset.
if it is explained what the narrator is exactly.
Kind of, but we're getting there, so I think the game will jog our memory in a bit.
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever.
Watch
Especially
us.
without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Meh. Well, time to rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity?
Yes.
Is she though?
If you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease.
What good is a world without her in it?
Just get some grease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because she was waiting for me.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
Compelling argument, if you ask me.
I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
As an empiricist, I am a bit offended. I understand.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
How sweet.
You wouldn't.
Oh, watch.
Let's not take the bluff right now.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Meh.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Aww.
That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
When you somehow talk the dungeon master or the game master into just going with your narrative versus the one that they have prepared for the session of D&D?
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
How the fuck do you slide gingerly? Well, you
Like this.
carefully take it and slowly slide it off.
But you also have to have red hair.
Red hair.
Ginger hair.
Wow.
And you have to eat some ginger while you do it. You have to have a piece of ginger stuck in
That
your
one
cheek.
was going too far.
Plus the red hair, and then you unlock the move.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, we weren't trying last time? Oh yeah, we were.
Our body was.
Technically
We
we were, yeah.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Nah.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Psycho, eyes are up here. Where you see the mouse cursor. The eyes go up here.
Look at how happy they are.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What's unfair though is where they put the text, because It draws your attention somewhere else.
I know what I want.
What do we do now?
Can't fight that.
Now we stay here.
Well, we leave. And then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
Just like you.
The princess takes your hand.
We're
The
twinkling.
last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
Swing! Doom!
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think
That is
we
sweet.
do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
This is a line you should never say when you are at a wedding. Would you like to read your vows? I mean, no, I had my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening, so I don't have to mope about
I
it.
already paid for it, so.
Yeah.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
But we love each other, what's wrong with that?
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
No, she doesn't have to be, but she is, and that makes it all the more sweet.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
There is actually a window in the door.
Plus, it's a wooden door, I'm pretty sure we can just destroy that.
That's
mean,
a
that too.
familiar move.
But we can't see anyone through the door.
Fair enough.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Oh no!
This is not supposed to happen.
It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
So why can't it be true love?
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
My love runs so deep it starts just outside of a camera frame.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
Yes, I do.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. I think I've got this. Open the door by yourself.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
The power of belief.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks. And
Hey.
the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
There we have it.
I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
We're not doing that.
You are not doing that.
Enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Not as much as I hate you.
You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone.
He has a point.
That does sound good.
That's not how this works.
Why not?
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Agreed. All we need to be happy is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together?
That's kind of sweet.
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other.
Can we use the garden though?
That's
No.
exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested it?
But you suggested it wrong.
Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening.
Couldn't hear you over the love.
You answered me.
He could hear you now.
The door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by our proclamation of love? Are we not enough for her?
Do you not want to be locked in a basement with me for the rest of eternity?
Wooed by you because Staying here and building a life together isn't a solution. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
Okay, we're leaving.
Trust me, it'll be better for both of us if we stay. We can be happy here, we just have to want it.
But we would have to be here forever. I don't know you. This is really what you want, though, isn't it?
I know you
Her eyes
enough.
dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
She doesn't seem happy about this.
This is when you realize, as sweet as it felt, this is not a healthy relationship so far. Because the whole dynamic of power is really bad. Like, we should meet on like eye level first and then maybe we can have a thing, but not like that, no.
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us.
That's true.
No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy.
He said that as if we're actually gonna pull out our heart.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that. Oh, but I do.
Oh no.
What?
Didn't think he actually
What
would.
is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know?
Wait, the narrator is the
Suppose
voice?
I can't stall forever.
What do you mean?
Or the eyes?
Well,
He says we can't see unless you tell us. Even the hero said that.
Oh, yeah.
Hero said that. We cannot see unless you tell us, which means they cannot see what is happening right now until the narrator speaks.
makes sense if you think about it.
You
Not really.
plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Yeah.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider. And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch.
How are we gonna spend eternity like this?
Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened, threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
You've never done this for me. Do you not love me?
I love you a lot, but I want to say it's still a healthy amount. I can safely say I don't love you this much. Yes. And I think I'm okay with that. And I hope you are okay with that.
I'm not sure yet.
Do you want to be loved by somebody who's willing to do this? Because that's problematic.
It's the inner values that count, yes. So show
How can
him.
she know my inner values if I don't show her?
Show him.
I can get a blood sample taken and show you the values of that.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
The voice of the smitten is...
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart and then...
Stabs.
Everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Epilogue. Happily ever after. There
it's a
we
good
go.
thing we come back.
You're on a path in the woods.
No, we're not.
Clearly already in the
Oh,
cabin.
look at the windows.
This looks like Zelda.
Kinda, yeah. Can it be that we've been here before?
No, this is new. Happily Ever After has been added for the Pristine Cut.
No, I thought I remembered
No.
sort of like this hallway.
You remember it because there's a room in The Wind Waker that is very similar to this.
Excuse me?
Looks pretty.
You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
Why do we skip my part?
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time.
Did he? Though?
Now. He's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle. And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
Yeah, the opportunist.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
Same.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes?
I still feel like we did the right thing. You know? I mean, the opening your own chest to show off your beating heart thing, that was a bit too much for my personal taste. But ultimately, we didn't slay the princess. Twice.
I think we could have just left.
Well, we know that now, thanks to you. We're all so lucky to be stuck with, working with someone so well informed. You can count on us to do things right from here on out. I'm going to describe the room now.
Please do.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
That narration reminds me. Do you think they're gonna do like a deluxe version of Slay the Princess at some point that is fully colorized?
I don't think so. I also don't feel like it's needed.
Yes, I agree. The art style really works with very little use of color. But I think that could also work.
Someone will probably make a mod or something for that.
Oh, true, you could do that as well. I didn't think of it.
But yeah. I don't think the creator actually will.
It's not necessary, but as an option, I would like to see it. Yeah, this style is part of the charm, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like in some scenes...
There isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
That is true. In some scenes it might also ruin it a bit if you add color.
But here I would like to see it, for example. Especially with a description like the windows cast kaleidoscopic rainbow lights everywhere. That could look really cool. But it's still beautiful. No blade! Oh my god, if there's no pristine blade, who can make a pristine cut? There you go.
Well, does it even matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that you used it to kill us.
Now that is some fine reasoning. Who cares about the blade? I think you're right. We're better off without it. It's not like it's ever been important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Of course, the blade's important. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. The fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right.
I feel very right about all of this.
But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do?
That was a loud-ass crack.
What? I turn on the lights and the screens well before the stream, because you know when plastic gets warmer, it like makes that sound. But that was so loud. Like half the time when it gets this loud, I'm worrying that the screen is gonna explode next, because it's not hot or anything, but...
Something snapped.
Why you gotta be like that, man? We're having a moment here.
I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Alright.
Where's the voice of the smitten? He was here last time, and it's not like him to be this quiet.
Fair question.
He seems gone.
He was a bit of a loud one, wasn't he? Is he okay?
Did he basically kill himself
Oh,
the last time? Like he did say it was a sacrifice.
fair enough. Yeah, probably.
We're better off without him if you ask me. One less opinion we have to contend with. Plus, he's the one who got us into this whole mess.
It doesn't look like a mess though. I mean, in the moment it sucked, but right now?
Is that so? Maybe there is hope for you after all, free from the bad influence of your missing friend.
I miss him.
Let's approach the mirror. Or go... So none of you are going to talk about the mirror?
What is there to say about it? It's a mirror. Is this some sort of a bit? There is no mirror. There's only
There
the
we go
stained
again.
glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement. Oh, my bad. That's why I haven't been talking about it. I see it.
So the other voices can see things.
Yeah, but that makes it even weirder.
Yeah. I guess they can't always.
That
Good
makes
for
it
you,
even weirder.
buddy. You've got a sharp set of eyes on you. Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
How about I fly with the cool dragon wings we got? Well, approach a mirror. Leave.
Stopping just in front of the door to the basement. Oh, is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle. Well, shall we have a look at ourselves?
Let's try it, huh?
Reach forward.
You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone.
I hate it when my mirrors do that.
I'm just glad
nice
we can
door.
all agree on a shared reality. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed.
And then everything goes black and you die.
We stumble, break our
See
neck,
that
and
the
then
stairs to
die.
the basement don't lead to a basement at all.
Ah,
Rather, they go up. They're draped
What a nice
in fine
change.
carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
No hating yet?
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Finally we got him.
Don't worry about it, boss. You're doing great. I'm not, but I appreciate the encouragement. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess.
Mm-hmm.
No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
I feel like you can also repurpose this line to describe people like Jeff Bezos. You know?
Well,
Just because he lives in a nice house or a space rocket doesn't mean he doesn't pose a direct threat to all of humanity. Dude, say that. Right? Like,
brain cell sharing still activated.
Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
oh no, why fatigue?
You're home. Dinner's ready.
No way.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
Well, she's probably getting tired of staying in here.
Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Gotta say, I'm
Definitely.
with him on this one, boss. When have nice things ever been a problem?
Yeah?
Sometimes. Come on.
I'm never a problem. I'm the solution.
51% of the time. The solution, that is.
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
Alright, time to go up the stairs.
Walking up.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess seated at its far end.
I don't really like what's behind her. It seems like a giant-ass throne.
I hate the shadow this thing casts. Whatever this is in the back, it ain't good.
Oh wait, that's just the shadow of her seat.
I hope so, but where's the source of light coming from?
The candles.
Your
right now it looks like it.
Glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
Can we have dinner first?
You're here.
Food, please.
Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
She's been waiting the entire time for now.
2 eternities, apparently.
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, I don't like that energy.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
No.
Suddenly not so sure anymore. Excuse me.
You mentioned dinner on the stairs.
Oh my god.
Priorities.
Fine.
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
The flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
What is that shadow? Because it can do things.
Yep. Maybe that's her power. Also, why does dinner not work like this here?
Excuse me? It does. I'm the shadow for you.
Yes.
You go, I'm hungry, and 30 to 45 minutes later, whoop, you have dinner.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be nice if it was like 2 minutes later?
Am I too slow? Should I be getting better at anticipating
but
when you
wouldn't that
want
also
food?
be nice for you?
I'm sorry, I thought that was enough.
Yes, you are.
Good.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Yeah, we haven't eaten in 2 eternities.
Am I?
A bit longer, I feel like.
Look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king. Yeah. And after everything we've been through, we could use a break.
Agreed.
More than that, we deserve a break.
Agreed even more.
Well, let's eat.
You begin to
Nom
feast,
nom nom.
and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading.
From here, with the art, it looks more like she's suffering, but sure.
Yeah. Kinda sad.
Food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
I've never licked a jewel, but I don't think it would taste nice. But I get the metaphor, that's really sweet.
This really is perfect, isn't it?
Too perfect, maybe?
It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
You licked the wrong jewels. That's one hell of an icebreaker, too.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy.
That is true.
Why did you have to go for this option first? Because this one makes me sad.
Well, I thought we could have a nice conversation during dinner.
And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
This is how I feel after dinner.
Too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again.
This is where you break the game and it keeps doing this.
Mm-hmm.
The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste.
You gotta appreciate somebody making food for you.
Yeah. Tastes better.
Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs.
Well, at least we've got nice company if we ever actually had a conversation. Good thing Tifa picked this option.
It seemed logical.
You still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
Is this a metaphor for replaying this game? Because I kind of feel like there is like it's trying to teach me something.
I'm so tired of this.
To not eat the same thing every time?
I don't know.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
Oh no.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife.
Is she our wife? Because we've never talked about our relationship, and it's not good to assume that.
In our eyes, yeah. I think she's just tired of being stuck up here.
The other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Bro, don't call me out. Okay. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
I agree.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Who is him?
Is that the beloved?
You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Oh.
Why do I think it is the beloved?
Is she talking about...
Or smitten? The smitten.
Like us, but we're at the head of the table. We should be in charge. Is he more powerful than we are?
Which makes sense if he disappeared.
So he got his own body, at least shadow.
Well, we ate. What do we
Let's start at the top, thank you.
Hey, Shadow, don't you have anything to say?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. Giving us the cold shoulder, I see.
Okay.
Asserting his dominance in the power structure. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. but he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
This isn't fair. If I could just talk to him for 2 seconds, I'm sure we could sort this out and figure out a balanced power structure that works better for everyone. But no, he's decided he's above talking to little guys like us, huh?
I mean, we also hear the voices only inside our head, so... What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
That has to be the smitten.
Well, we ate. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
I would like that.
Great, we don't even have a rule book. That means we can make up as many rules as we want. And we will. Don't worry, I am excellent at cheating. She'll never suspect a thing.
Except for the whole room-sized shadow creature behind her.
He doesn't
Really
interact.
matters. This all kind of feels like we're just filling time, you know?
Yeah, it really does.
What, you don't want to win? To show our prowess in all avenues and accumulate respect? Wow, you would be hopeless without me. Count your lucky stars I'm here. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
What?
And so you start over.
Oh no.
She only made us start over because we were winning.
Maybe you could actually enjoy this if you didn't do the same thing 5 times in a row? Maybe if you did them...
Well, that's the point. She didn't want to stay here. Now she does for us, or for the smitten who sacrificed himself. And now we're getting into this
Time passes.
repetition slur.
The game. You win. Boom! And there you have it. What did I tell you? Am I great at games or am I great at games?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
It was supposed to be a happy ending. Why are you making me sad? Like...
It seemed like it would.
I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew.
POV, you played Monopoly. POV, you played Monopoly with Tifa. It's the worst.
You only want to play in your advantage.
No, Tifa, I want to play where you are willing to give up some of the things you own once you are at a stalemate.
I do,
So
but you
many
never
times.
trade either.
So many... Tifa tells you, oh yeah, sell me the thing that is worth 500 for 100. And you go, no.
That's not true. I often give you more than the value.
Yeah,
and then you go
501.
like, I'm not giving you this because then you have a street. But then when you ask the same of me, it's like, oh, you never want to trade. Like this, we can't continue the game.
We once got stuck in a stalemate where we both owned half the board. And it wasn't just like she had the expensive half, I had the cheap half. It was actually quite even. So we played for 4 consecutive hours, basically after the first 2 hours, just trading back and forth the same money.
I've also won within half an hour from you.
It is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life.
Yes, because I gave up.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
That was at New Year's Eve at your grandparents'. You lost almost immediately because you didn't get any lives or any streets and kept snapping on mine.
That must be it. Father Monopoly, please shoot me right away. That's when we stopped playing Monopoly with each other. You
stopped. I still want to play.
I'm not going to play you because that brings out the worst in both of us. And it doesn't just add, it multiplies. It's weird.
Oh, the worst in you.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, until finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
This is sad.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy, I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful. Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realise how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have.
If only it works this way, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's just a torch. Don't worry about it. We still have plenty of light.
Yeah. We just have to keep the rest lit.
You know what this reminds me of?
Be okay.
What?
A relationship that both know is ending, but they're both trying really hard to not get to that point.
We should just offer to leave.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
We should do something fun. Wouldn't that be nice? How about...
The princess's face drops as she pauses mid-sentence.
Would you look at that? I'm out of ideas.
Oh no.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Can you scroll down? Say nothing. Yeah, oh god, all of these suck.
I would say this one. Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I like that one.
To leave?
I think... I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds sweet. Let's do that.
That sounds lovely.
Well, we told her she can't.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Why are you crying? That's the worst answer. Slave a princess. No, don't you dare.
I feel like all of this is my fault.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Your fault. We were all just trying to make things work here. It just didn't happen that way. I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for. Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Aw, of course I do. I don't think I'll ever stop. No. Come on. But...
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. I still care about you, too, so maybe this wasn't all bad. But I don't think this place is for us anymore. I think we need to go.
Let's go.
Offer her your hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
Yeah.
He's
I think
right,
he gave up.
though. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Well, this is less work for us anyways. Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
It looks kind of nice.
He's really gone, isn't he? No boss anymore, no one left to tell us what to do. I guess we'll have to be our own boss then. About time.
The stars are so beautiful.
But nothing compared to you.
I hope we say that.
I swear if the shifting mount takes her before we get to dance under the stars. A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Aww.
She gently pulls you forward and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection.
That is so sweet.
You send her out on a wide spin and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand and hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
That's kind of heartbreaking.
But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
If I recall correctly from last time we got to the end, we're gonna get a repeat of some of this in a moment, I think, but from what I recall, the narrator was somebody that created this situation to happen, the scenario of the game, as in death and life destroying each other as to create a world without death. So I understand why the narrator here gave up in the end, because in this perfect scenario where she never escapes, there's just nothing. You know? It just repeats. And you can't take that.
Well, yeah, at some point you've done everything you can there.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, but gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. I think what the narrator wants is the other end of the extreme. Extremes tend to be suboptimal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an all or nothing sort of approach.
Which, this whole scenario that we just witnessed was like, it made me emotional. So, how do I put this? That worked really well to convey the feeling of, oh, now you have it all, but the thing you now actually have isn't what you or the princess wanted. You know, it's like I said, it's like a dying relationship kind of. You both see it wither, but you still hold on, because the opposite of the answer to that is to not have even that, and that's sad. But on the other hand, I feel like it doesn't need to be this way. Maybe I'm weird, but if I learned one thing during the pandemic, it's that I think I would not go crazy for a long time stuck in a room with just Tifa. Because it was that for a little while.
Yeah, but there's a difference. You have TV, you have things to do. We had games, we had internet, we had all of that. If you take years with maybe the same game and nothing else, what you gonna do?
Yeah, no.
There's a difference in having nothing and having current day technology, because then I can be stuck in this room for years.
I think it has nothing to do with like technology. I think it has to do with stimulus. You need something to keep going. It doesn't have to be internet or TV or radio or video games. You need something that you can keep thinking about, something that you can keep talking about, something that keeps you going as a person or as a relationship.
Yeah, and as you saw here, after a while you will run out when you have nothing. Even you would go crazy after a week.
You know, what I said was trying to be very sweet, that you would keep me from going insane. But clearly, my attempt at being adorable isn't landing.
Yeah, it's sweet, but it wouldn't work like that. You would be the first to go insane.
A good thing we never have to experience anything like this.
Fortunately, yes.
Narrator got his monkey paw wish, yes, and the finger that curled was the middle finger, and even the narrator gave up.
Yeah, for a happy end, that was sad.
It was very much an epilogue, though.
Bittersweet.
That part was right. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of a mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Top one we didn't pick yet either.
Let's go... top one. Oh, you can do. In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong.
Oh, did I? that means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Whoops.
Well, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
He probably lost a loved one, or wanted to spare everyone from that fate, and is like, hey, there should be no death.
I get the idea. Like, something happens that drives you to a point where you go to an extreme. Like, ending death. But does that really work? You know? Like, what were to happen if you were to change one of like the fundamental laws of existence? Not just physics, but existence.
I feel like people here also always go to the extreme. Instead of trying to cheat death and live forever, why not just add 100-year lifespan?
Why not try to live your life to the fullest? You cannot change reality. I mean, you...
But if you could, add a couple years. Why does it have to be forever immediately? Like, forever is long.
I guess the thinking always is, well, if I can live forever, I can choose when forever ends. You know, as long as we talk about like corporeal forms.
Yeah, I guess, if that is an option.
Despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either.
Allegedly. Said the memory of a person who created this scenario to be possible.
Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
I'm not delusional. I know this is the most Jack line ever in a video game, but at the same time, these 3 sentences, this short little line is the perfect essence. POV, you argue to strangers. If somebody is convinced of something to their core, this is what it turns out to be. You know? And if you ever have a problem where 2 people with different opinions get into this state, you're fucked. There is virtually no way for one to see the point of the other.
Well, yeah, that's where arguing on the internet comes from.
Yeah, and I don't understand that because I'm not wrong.
It rarely happens that someone sees it from the other point of view. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
That's a good point. Except I'm actually never wrong. Yeah, that's what I keep saying too. But...
And this has to be true because A, nobody would lie on the internet, and second of all, the username is Honest Psycho, not Dishonest Psycho.
I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for
that
good.
one. Oh, that one hurts so good.
There's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. My time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
But there she is.
Here we go again.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
We don't have any new options, but I've missed you too.
She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Oh, and I love you. You look pretty.
Have you done something to your hair? You never even notice anymore, it's like you're not paying attention to me. Wow.
Are those new shoes?
Mm-hmm. One of them surely has a new hairstyle. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I feel like we're very active, thank you.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Yeah, that's it. She is change. We are not change.
So,
I guess.
will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you ever say this? Oh.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh, that's not what I said. Excuse me.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale?
Did I choose violence?
We never said we wanted violence, you crazy bitch.
I just asked if there was a point.
You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin.
two of us danced beneath the stars.
Yeah, that's like the complete opposite of violence.
But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
I do like her logic though.
Oh, she's being absorbed back in. Okay. Address this vessel statement directly?
Alright. I was glad to dance with you. That was a mockery of a life we shared. What we shared there was agony, but it doesn't have to be like that. We can find a way to make things better.
I kinda like the first option already.
Never wanted to hold the world still, but is suffering the only alternative? I never want to hold the world still, it needs you. The only reason we weren't happy was because we couldn't forget there's a version of that world worth living in.
The rest is all very deep, but I was
like
glad
the
to
first
dance
one.
with you.
It's simple, but that's the most important part.
Yeah.
And dance with me again. And we'll never have to stop.
Fair point. That's a good answer.
Why does this all seem like violence?
Then was two. And then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down. And then you struck another match.
We didn't vote.
The ruins. And then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again.
That wasn't us though. We didn't kill you when we saw ourselves through your body. It was just our body doing that.
We killed her a few times.
The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us.
What?
It took you from me, and I took you back. What once was one, then was two, then was one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
She has a point there too. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Is that true though? I don't like that one.
Fair enough.
Reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
But that has nothing to do with fear, but I don't have to answer violence with violence.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
We did do that, yes.
Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence. And it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite.
That is true.
Oh, we're now going through.
This away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark.
That is an argument. I feel like we should argue with her. It doesn't matter how I feel. I go for the top option.
They'll get over it. They'll see your end as a gift in time.
No, that would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
I do really like what they've done with the animations.
You had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you.
Didn't feel like answers back then.
Even the cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
Yeah, we kind of did.
I agree that she makes an appealing case. Things worked better when we did work together. Just saying. Wait, scroll down. Give me this. Continue to reject her perspective. doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive.
I'm not even 100% sure what that means.
If we can be bigger than, if we can be greater than life and death, why do we condemn others to be bound to that? Why can't everyone be like that, like us?
Oh, in that regard, for those it holds captive, yeah, okay.
But does that really apply though?
Doesn't feel like the most logical choice.
Without you, there is no need for redemption. If there is no change, yeah. Thank you for saving us, I think that's a good one. That's something we would have loved to say back then, but couldn't.
The only thanks you need to give is both our freedoms. Leave with me.
Stop the fight early and surrender, or keep going?
Whichever you want.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. Or at least until I get to say things.
Then I will give you all the time in the world. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave.
Yeah, we stabbed her quite fast.
Yeah, you did!
And when the tapestry was undone, you struck at my heart.
Yeah.
You saw me as a part of you to be excised. But in the desire for excision,
You wanted it
you
too.
made yourself whole. Will you still be whole if you destroy me?
No, I wanted to cut her free. You were the sick fuck that went like, wow, she's showing us her heart. Stab.
Well, you basically were the one that went on the destruction path after.
No. Oh,
Oh,
the
that
top
is...
one is shiny.
Are there any others shiny?
No.
We're going for the shiny.
Of course I will be you, because I destroyed you then.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
She's starting to become a bit unhinged, no?
There is no constant. There is no center.
Well, you're not talking to a person, you're talking to the concept of change. Yes, it does kind of make sense.
Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Alright.
Okay, no super shiny.
Don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. I think that just ends the game.
That's slaying the princess. I think we can try to have a happy end.
I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of a construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks.
Okay.
You're free and she is with you. It looks like a fish. Oh yeah, it's grass growing. Okay.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite.
You said you wanted more kaleidoscope colors. Well,
Here
yeah,
we are.
There he has it.
I'm okay with it. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you have always been and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home.
That felt kinda happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That was Slave a Princess, the Pristine Cut.
I really did enjoy the extra art styles, or not art styles, the extra art and animations they've added into it.
Mm-hmm.
Can definitely tell they had a bit of a budget increase there.
Yeah, the game blew up when it first released. Rightfully so, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Psycho, do you happen to know, did they change the normal endings? Because I went through our VOD from when we finished the game last year. And we did 2 endings. But neither one of them was this. And I only heard of 3 endings.
Oh, that means something still has been added. Or there's more than we're aware of.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I don't know if this was also added in the Pristine Cut and I didn't know about that because I don't recall this. Or if I just misremember. Or if they changed one and another ending. Okay.
Huh.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy about this outcome.
Were there always this many people
I think they
involved
added
in the game? Or is that just for the Pristine Cut?
credits. But you mentioned that ending. Yeah, true. Extra special thanks to our little creatures. A snake, a cat and a small monster.
That is really cute.
Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting... That's it. Return to the main menu.
Yep, it is definitely still amazing.
Slave a Princess? The first time we played this, it left me kind of confused. Like, I felt like I understood what it was about, but also I couldn't like fully explain it.
Then you get to the end and it's like, what the heck is happening?
But now that we've done it again, I feel like because I've seen so much of it and I remember some of it, I feel like I was able to take more of it in. Does that make sense? One sec.
Well, let's have a quick look at those.
Because I had already closed the game out of habit. So let's do that. Come on, capture the game, OBS. Please. Please. I can see it, but people can't see it yet. There we go. Alright. This is a love story. It really is.
Where do you see?
Memories.
Oh, there are the memories. Oh, are those the different paths?
Oh, that's cool. Alright. We've got the hero and the princess. We've got the spaces between. We've got the end of everything. Alright, that makes sense. So, done these. We've seen about half of the vessels. No, not even, just under. Click on something. Alright, let's click on
These look like tiny stickers and it's absolutely adorable.
Happily Ever After.
It's when you pick the other options, I guess. That makes sense.
It shows you what you missed or what you did not yet experience. It's not like you missed, you can go back and redo it. If I click this.
It's the
it's
art
just the
style.
artwork. Alright.
Ooh, that is actually really nice.
Here, want a wallpaper that will make you cry?
So there are some really
That's
nice
really
wallpaper materials in this. Click the arrows.
I guess we'll just...
Then you don't have to keep going back.
Yeah,
I'll add this one for my work wallpaper.
that's nice. See for her seated eyes at the end of everything. Aww. Can you press H? Nothing happens.
No pressing H.
Could it be another button? I did not change the default controls. But
that's
H
really
doesn't do
nice.
anything. Yeah, the keyboard works. If I press left and right, I swap between the pictures.
There wasn't H to hide the arrows and the back button. When...
H earlier was to... with the... You can find them somewhere. Yeah, worst case I could look into the game files to get a wallpaper out of them. If that's what you mean. Oh, this is nice.
You click on this one again.
Princess and the Dragon. To excise another is to excise one's self. Oh my god, so much stuff.
I mean, it makes sense. Even if you end up in the same route, there are still different things for you to pick. So that is nice.
It's crazy how big this game is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, controls. Hides the user interface. Yeah, it should be H, but it doesn't work. But if you want one of these as a wallpaper, I can get the file for you. Now I'll press that button again.
The art style was really pretty.
Yes. Now that
It was
you
perfect.
bore witness to the amount of things you did not see during our playthroughs, buy the game. They deserve this. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it makes you think, it makes you ponder philosophical questions. For me, in ways I've never asked them myself before.
Do not regret buying full price.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah. True. When we bought it, it had just stopped being on sale, I believe.
Yeah, and I was like, are we really still gonna buy this and play it?
Oh my god, are you sure? Are we gonna actually play this?
Should we wait until it's on sale again?
Can we play, like, if we don't have fun with the game, can we like end it early so that we can get a refund if we play it for less than 2 hours? It's like, yeah, no, we can do that. But it wasn't necessary.
Sure, get my money out of it. Yeah, absolutely worth it.
Yes.
Stunning game.
We've
Really
played
good story.
for 17 and a half hours. And we've seen like 35% maybe? Less? Yes, like a third. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to the game again.
I think maybe I'll check out Worst at some point, but then definitely with a guide, because there are so many options and they...
I don't think you need a guide yet.
Yes, I would.
Right now you can still stumble into the new ones.
So, I don't think I could. I'm pretty sure people can. I'm saying I couldn't. So, the Princess and the Dragon and the Happily Ever After, those are the two we now did that we did with the little guide that I found on the side.
Yeah, but we could have stumbled into those.
But my problem is I will stumble into the things I've already seen because I don't know which option triggers which particular thing that I haven't seen yet.
Especially if you keep the mod that...
Moth. Keep moths, people. They make you good at visual novels. You heard it here first.
The mod that gives the option to see the answers you've already picked and what you haven't picked yet. You should be able to get through a big part without needing that.
The yellow new options don't help with everything. See?
No, not everything, but at least a big part. Like Jack is now already going like, oh, I need a guide now when I've played through.
Why are you getting mad at
40% of the game?
I want to play a video game?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I guess.
Why are you getting so opinionated about how I want to play a game?
Yeah, fair. If you want to play a guide, that's
has
fine.
Gameplay mechanics that I find very challenging.
Yeah, fine. If you need a guide.
Love to everybody that goes through the trouble of writing down every single step that they've tried to make a followable guide on how to get to every scene and every ending, because without people like you, I wouldn't ever be able to experience all of this. Because I can do many things, remembering or figuring out how all of this in a visual novel sticks together is not my forte. So yeah, I rely on people like that make these guides.
Yeah, fair. All I wanted to say is that I think you can... You were worried about stumbling into the same things.
It's fine, well, you understand that you hate people like me who need help. Something that is so foreign to you, I guess, because you're perfect. Narrator Tifa. No, I'm making fun.
Never mind. But yeah, it's a great game. Yes. Play it however you want.
Yes.
With guide, without guide.
The game...
Absolutely worth it.
It was great. It is even greater now with the Pristine Cut, the add-on thing that they added for free, by the way. Other companies would charge you and make this DLC.
I really liked what they added.
I do too.
Yeah.
It elevates it even more. And I didn't think it was necessary, but I appreciate that they did that. Like, I loved the game last year and now I love it even more.
Yeah, but somehow it felt really like an upgrade, if that makes sense.
That's what it was intended to be. So
unneeded,
that works.
But great.
Yeah. Yes. But if I have one qualm with this game, and that's the tiniest nitpick.
The heartbreak?
No. I understand that there are feelings involved, that's okay. I don't understand why they didn't enable in-game the option to show you which options you haven't picked yet. The engine can do that, as you could see when we did it, because all you need to do is create a text file, or a file with a bunch of commands in it. You can find that on the Steam guide. I had linked this before. Oh wait, not unsee. I want to unsee things in life. Unseen, there it is, there.
I do agree with you, but in the end it also didn't mean a lot, because we have gotten to new paths by just picking things we already have. I think
which is why Psycho pointed that out. The question...
Yeah. It's also a combination of plus that, or
no, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of choosing certain options at the right time. Not like you have to count to 60 before you press a button, but the order in which you click on things will dictate the route, which makes sense. But just because you have asked or said certain things or chosen certain things in the game doesn't mean you will always get the same outcome if you change it ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Which is what overloads my brain capacity.
But I do think you can still get far with showing what you've picked, yes or no.
Yeah, it's not impossible. This is just easier, and I'm all for convenience. Yeah. I like that part.
Great game. We'll play again. We'll come back to.
Yeah. I hope that have the developers made more games like this? Let me quickly check that out. Black Tabby Games.
They do have one more game at least.
Scarlet Hollow, which looks similar, but also not really. Maybe I should check that out at some point.
Somehow, I was gonna say somehow seems like the same art, but also not at all. Just less sketchy, if you know what I mean.
Sketchy, not sketchy. You're being sketchy. If that makes sense to you.
Oh, I look forward to seeing what
maybe next year
we'll all do.
We shall see.
Yeah.
first we will have to get through Frambo now.
Well, I think we're also getting there. We're over halfway through, I think.
I checked before we decided on Frambo how long the game is supposed to take, and that was, according to How Long to Beat, like 7.5 hours. And that's not the case for us.
We're past that.
We are at 11.5, but I also have the game running in the background while we're talking and stuff to have it ready for when we start playing.
Well, then let's say we're now at 8 hours or so.
6.5, 7-ish, yes, and we're in chapter 3 out of 5. So, yeah.
I don't feel like we've been playing extra slow.
No, we only
been
got stuck
making
twice.
Pretty
Yeah,
steady
you can
progress.
add 10 hours plus for solving the puzzles. That's exactly it.
We only get stuck in 2 points, but then again, the first time we spent like half an hour on trying to find the solution.
Yeah, and that can really add to the time.
Yeah.
Which, fair, you know? It's puzzles, that makes sense. Not everybody gets through puzzles at the same pace.
That I think is kind of funny, by the way, because you go like, oh, with Slay the Princess, I want to play with a guide so that I see all these things.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, just keep trying and do things. But when it comes to like solving these puzzles, after like 10 minutes or 50 minutes, if we don't have a solution, I'm like, oh, I'll just look it up. And you keep going like, oh no, I need to try this for an hour beforehand.
For me, the difference is, in a game like Frambo, finding the solution is part of the game.
Yeah, but if we haven't found it after half an hour, then...
Yeah, no, that's why
to
in the
me,
end
that's
I was
like...
okay, I appreciated you... No, let me start over. If it was up to me, either one of us would have a guide for Frambo open on the side, a spoiler-free one, because I want the game to keep going. For one, I don't like Frambo. I want it to be over at some point.
You have to admit it's a pretty good game.
It's well made.
It's way better than I thought it was.
Same. It's well made, but I don't like being stuck on one puzzle for a lengthy period of time. It happens.
Same. That's why I look up the solution.
Yes, but the problem is you will inadvertently find spoilers. Like when you looked up that one thing that we needed, before that you accidentally found something we did not need yet. So you spoiled that part. I'm not mad, it happened. I assumed something like this would happen when we inadvertently looked something up because...
Funnily enough, you actually spoiled that part because I was scrolling down, you told me to not scroll, and that's when I read out that comment. Without realizing.
Sure, I'll take the blame. I'm okay with that.
Gaslighting 101, I'm learning.
Yeah. You said to stop, so I did, and that's you. No, fair, I did say that. Yeah, no, you have a point. I did something, it affected what you were doing, and then that cost something. I do own part of... No, fuck you.
No, but at some point, if I feel like we're stuck, I'm just like, hey, what's the answer to this solution?
Yeah.
Or what's the answer to this question?
But now I'm getting to my point. I've played through Slay the Princess last year without any guides. And I've seen it. Like I understand what the plot twist is, I understand what the endings are, even if there's another variation that we couldn't see today. We still got a new one we didn't have before, so that was cool. But ultimately the big plot twist about you being the Long Quiet and the princesses being aspects of change, that doesn't change as far as I understand. The different parts you get to see on the way to get to that point just shine various lights on that and what that could mean or what it doesn't or what it does mean and all of this. So there, using a guide to get to a specific part I haven't seen yet feels just like putting on training wheels on a bike. I'm still the one cycling.
I just find it funny that in these aspects we're like complete opposites of one another.
So some things chance and some don't? Like you need both? Yeah, kind of. For me, it really depends on the situation, whether I'm willing to look up a guide or not. If I feel like it will spoil the experience for me, then I'd rather not. If I feel like it won't, then I would prefer that. Like, different example, but a better one maybe. Item locations in a Mega Man X game. You know? Just because you look up a guide and you find out where a certain item is, it doesn't mean it changes how you play the game.
No, we're going deeper, Psycho.
Let's make a game about, let's make a point about the game's message, but okay. Oh, okay. See, my brain is too smooth. I'm already back in the here and now, where I'm bickering with Tifa about how we play video games, and clearly her way is wrong. I thought you're smart, right? I am flattered that in some way, shape or form, I was able to trick you into thinking that. I'm proud of myself for that, really.
Well, make sure you keep that smartness, because we're going to need it on Sunday when we return to Franbo with more puzzles.
And without a guide.
And without a guide. But I think we're going to be fine.
We're going to be Fran.
We're going to be Fran.
It worked in my head. Before that, though, we should rate somebody. And that somebody is...
Skinner should be online.
I don't... The plan of Skinner's and Benjima's was to stream together like they usually do on Fridays. But I don't see Benjima. Alright, let's head over to Skinner then.
I thought Benjima doesn't stream on Friday anymore.
Yes, he does.
Just... Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He has in the past. If he changed that, then I did not know yet. I did not yet know that. Speaking is difficult after a video.
Speak of the devil, there's Benjima.
There he is. Want to flip a coin?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Who are you?
I'm Jack.
Are you Skinner or Benjima?
I am the long quiet. And you are my aspect of change. You're my princess.
Aww.
I'm adorable.
But I need you to be Skinner or Benjima.
I think last time I was Skinner. So this time I gotta be Benjima. Wait, come here. Snip, snip, snip. Alright.
No.
Sorry, Skinner. But...
You're still typing Skinner.
Yeah, on purpose.
Oh.
We're not gonna rate him tonight, but if you can, whenever it's convenient for you, please check out Skinner, because you should. Still, if he's not playing like Tekken, and tonight is music trivia, I believe. Music guessing games. Playing through Silent Hill 2. And regularly shitting himself, which I find to be highly amusing. Highly amusing. After now seeing Benjima's stream title, I don't want to rate him anymore.
I was just thinking the same thing, which is, I've got custard creams. What you got?
Custard creams, if you never had them, if you don't know what they are, Google them. Go to the Google image search or Bing them or whatever you weird, freaky guys want to do.
They're so good.
They are my second favorite cookies in existence.
They are
so good. It's like vanilla cookies and vanilla cream have sex in your mouth. And my biggest problem, one of my biggest problems in life is, I love those, but specifically, I love the cheap, no name, no brand ones. So, they are ridiculously cheap, they are not good for you, but they taste so good. They look like shoes.
I think once in the UK we took like 6 thingies along for like 60 pence.
Something like that, yeah.
70 pence maybe?
Yes, we have. It was...
We
specifically took an empty trolley along to buy custard creams and
the super cheap scones from the...
But also, I think they're called bourbon creams. Which is like 2 chocolate cookies with a chocolate cream layer. And they're also so good.
I wonder if those scones still are 99 pence.
Probably not. Inflation and such.
Those were delicious.
But delicious. Yes, so if you cannot stick around for this raid, please check out Benjima whenever it's convenient for you. Currently still playing for Elden Ring, but tonight, community stream with Skinner. We're gonna join too.
No, not me.
I will. Alright, fine.
I still
Tifa.
got work to do.
Arist var ready.
I am ready.
Press the button, my princessa, please. And what were you hesitating for?
I was
Just press the button.
To the
Thank you everybody for slaying the princess for Pristine Cut with us. We'll see you on Sunday with NOPEvember. Bye!
Thank you, thank you.